So the main topic this week I want to talk about, obviously, is going to be Nintendo Direct.
Yeah.
And I will say there's quite a few things I can say about this. I want to lead off just by saying this may be one of the most lackluster Directs that I've seen.
Okay, so scale of 1 to 10, how would you rate this as far as your excitement for what was revealed?
Like a 3?
Really?
I mean, I don't think that they showed a lot that I didn't know about. I don't think that they showed a lot that got me intrigued about things that I already didn't think was happening.
Okay.
And I feel like they're still playing cards close to the vest. Maybe hoping for the next Nintendo Direct to be able to launch something else, but I feel like we're close enough to Christmas that Nintendo needs to be dropping those Christmas bombs on us, and I don't feel like they have.
Well, and given the dates that they've given us, it kind of seems like they're not going to, because so we got a couple of game announcements. Mm-hmm. We've got Luigi's Mansion 3. We've got Mario Brothers U Deluxe, or New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe.
Yeah. That's
we just have a year for Luigi's Mansion 3.
Yep.
It's 2019. We do have a release date for New Super Mario Brothers U Deluxe, and you have to say it that way every time because like New Super Mario Brothers is the series.
Yes.
And it's very confusing. But I'm glad Luigi's not dead anymore because he was dead at the end of the last one.
Yeah, I feel like there needs to be like some type of acronym or something we need to build for these games because they keep just tacking on new pieces. New Super Mario Brothers, like you said, that's the line. Because New Super Mario Brothers, New Super Mario Brothers Wii, there was Wii, there was New Super Mario, New Super Luigi. There were like all these different versions of the game, and now we get a Wii U Deluxe. And this is what I'm confused about. Wii U Deluxe is on Switch, right?
Yes.
It's Wii U.
Yeah.
It's on Switch.
Yeah. So I'm going to
call it Switch Deluxe. They couldn't have just called it. They could. This is what I mean. It just irritates me. Like Superman 64, right? If they had Superman 64 and then they happened to put it on the GameCube, would they have called it Superman 64 Deluxe? Because that would have been confusing. Because you've tagged the game with your system. You're saying this is the game for the Wii U, and then you're saying, oh yeah, it's also available on the next gen. Which I mean, it's great because not very many people had the Wii U, but seriously, that's a crappy name.
I think that it's a little bit easier if the name itself is much shorter. Because Mario Kart 64, I'm fine with that, getting ported somewhere else. That's fine. It's whatever. But like,
if it's ported,
but SMUD is just way too long, in its original name.
But when you port it, you don't go, this is Super Mario Kart 64 Deluxe 2.
That is true, I don't.
You just say Mario Kart 64, and you know what you're talking about. You know it's a port, and that's fine. This is a port they're not calling a port.
It's a port, and it's 2 games, but one of them was DLC. It's a weird situation, but this is one of the 2 things I was most happy about, though. Because I really enjoyed. I think I was actually at your place when I sat down through the entire thing, and played that out. I think I got to the last world, but anyway,
it's fun. It's great. I get it.
So awesome.
I get it. I just the entire show was things I knew about and ports, and
but see the Invincible bit that they were having, because they had that in Funky Kong for Tropical Freeze.
Yes.
That means that I'll get to play this with the girls, and I can throw them into pits, and they won't get mad at me because I would have done that anyway.
Yeah. And I appreciate that, but I just feel like the only big reveal that happened. I'll talk about it later. There's one big reveal that happened that freaked out a specific subset of viewers, but it was a subset within a subset.
Okay, so we did get the Katamari Damacy, which I actually never played.
It's fun. I played it a couple hours at a friend's house, and it's fun and it's ridiculous, and it has some great music to it. But also just the I'm a sucker when it comes to physics. I'm a sucker when it comes to objects on screen and what they can do, because having seen that throughout game development growth in the early stages of, oh my god, I can't believe I can pick up an item and now the item's not on screen anymore. Going from that to being able to do all of this is really cool. And we're talking about a game that, again, it's a game that not many people got to play, and I think this is a cool surprise. But this is probably my favorite part of the entire show. Yeah, because it's a surprise I didn't expect. Yeah,
I think the twins will really like it too.
Yeah. We also got some new Animal Crossing.
Yeah,
I was as bored as this guy when that happened.
I haven't really done Animal Crossing before. Like, I'm aware of it, and I played Pocket Camp, but like it's kind of like the Sims. Appeal is like, you're kind of micromanaging somebody else's life, and I'm like, sure. It's actually a pain to manage my own life. Like, I'm trying to escape that here.
But like, I think with Sims you can, and you could probably argue the exact same thing with Animal Crossing. I've tried it, I just have not gotten into it. With Sims, you can argue like almost like Second Life, where it's like, but this person, they're a stunt man, or they're like a professional chef, and look at all the cool stuff in the furniture, and look, I'm building this new stuff in the house, and you get to live a dream. And I feel like this, it's so far removed from reality that it feels like I feel the same way playing Animal Crossing as I did playing Nier, not Nier Automata, but like the Nier game on Xbox 360. And there's like a garden that you can get to in the game. And it's like, hey, you can plant some stuff here. You can plant the stuff. And it's like, hey, that stuff grew. It's okay.
So busy work the game.
It's busy work, but also it's not things that, like in Minecraft, where you can immediately understand, I planted this, I'm going to get wheat. I planted this, I'm going to get this. And your brain connects. What do you do with wheat? You make bread. There's here's sugarcane. What do you do with sugarcane? You break it down and make sugar. You can do different things that make sense. And in these games, it's more like, you made this thing, look at all the weird stuff you can do with it. And I don't need a guide for that. It's busy work, and I feel like I need a guide to do anything substantial. Also, I feel like the pacing, it's like in between making a game for a kid, and you're giving instructions that take 20 minutes, but you're also expecting adults and teens to play it that may or may not have the patience for that. So it's this weird in between, which, by the way, this was that was the big reveal that I was talking about, like at the very end. I guess I'll throw one thing real quick. We also had Final Fantasy 7, 8. Sorry, I apologize. 7, 9, X, and X2 collection, whatever the heck it is, all coming. This is Zodiac
and then 12, the Zodiac Age.
Yes, and 12 Zodiac Age, all coming to Switch. Also, the Xbox 360, Xbox One. It's kind of confusing in that case. That's why I was like, oh, that's kind of cool. But also, Final Fantasy VII's been on been on PlayStation 3. It's been everywhere. It's been on Vita. Final Fantasy 9, I think, it's been in a lot of places as well.
There were a couple of other ones. There was 15 Pocket version, and like Pokemon Dungeon something.
Yeah.
And then Crystal Chronicles, and
Pokemon Dungeon I don't care about. Crystal Chronicles I didn't care about when it came out. I hated it when it came out.
I also hated it. However, apparently it was really fun if you can get a bunch of people to play it, and so having it online, maybe that'll work, but I'm not willing to spend any money to find out.
But watching the gameplay of it, as soon as I saw that, I thought, oh, cool, I can play this online, and I looked at it and I said, okay, but what is out that would be online, on the Switch, probably before this comes out, similar gameplay, online, that would be a better game?
Does it have a devil in it?
Yes, it does, because it's Diablo. Diablo 3 is a better game. You get to play it online. You have a definitive edition, if you will, that's coming out for it. Being able to play online with your friends, having a... I don't know if I'd say it's a better story, because I haven't played that much of Chronicles to be able to say that. Yeah. I will say that there's more to do. It's random. You can do boss runs over and over and over again, and it doesn't really get old because you have no idea what's going to happen leading up to it. It's really fun co-op, and I think that it's like almost a direct competitor if it didn't have a Final Fantasy name on it.
Well, one of the interesting... Okay, so you rated the direct very poorly, but Diablo 3 and Civilization 6 also leaked last week. Yep. Because they... And Mega Man 11 also.
Diablo was announced over 2 months ago? Month and a half ago?
Right. But we got the release date for it.
Okay. I don't need a direct for a release date. I mean, I knew it was going to happen this year.
Yes, but those three things were meant to go live with the direct, and then because of the earthquake, because of the delay, those things got kicked back. And I think that those three extra elements probably would have made it a lot better direct.
What's the third? Civ, Diablo,
Civ 6, Diablo, and the Mega Man 11 demo, which I enjoyed. I like it.
But again, that's you're giving a demo to a game that we know is happening. Do I need a direct to show me that and get me excited about a game that I'm already excited about?
No, and you can download it right now is one of my favorite phrases to hear in any announcement video ever.
Agreed. I will agree on that, and I'll agree that maybe the timing on that. But would that have?
Would it have saved it and made it great? No,
I don't think so.
I'm just saying that it nudges it up from a 3.
Yeah, and Diablo is one of. I mean, I've talked about it before, but Diablo is one of my favorite franchises. Hands down, one of my favorite franchises. And having this on Switch is going to be really cool because I don't have a good hack and slash game on Switch that's action-y. There's a lot of strategy, RPG kind of stuff, timed RPG kind of stuff, but being able to play this on the go is going to be really cool. With it being online, I don't know how that's going to feel when it comes to kind of what my usual test when it comes to Switch games, when it comes to handheld games, which is can I just hit the power button and go about my life?
Yeah,
that's my litmus test for a really good handheld game, because I need to be able to, like when I'm playing a handheld game, I need to be able to continue whatever I'm doing with my life, and not be stuck to the handheld game. When you're playing console, it's different. You've set aside some time, you're in this area, maybe you can finish up a couple things, then go do it. When you're playing handheld, you may be on a bus, you may be in a waiting room, you may be wherever you are. It should be able to do that. Now, I guess you could play offline. Yeah. If you can hit the power button and it pauses everything, fantastic. That's what I need. Playing online and being able to pause everything, obviously that doesn't work.
Yeah. And then I guess kind of the last thing that we need to touch on. See, I'm interested in how that's going to work with Diablo in particular. Because like a lot of times it'll be like there's the host and then there's the people, and it's like what happens if the host turns off, and it's very confusing.
You're all on the server. My problem is hardcore for hardcore characters.
Yeah,
hardcore characters, you die once, you're done. That character is retired. So you've had the constant issue, which is one reason I don't like playing these characters. My brother has played Diablo 2, Diablo 3. He's been playing as long as I have. He played more Diablo 3 than I did. He played on hardcore mode, and he lost one of his characters due to lag.
Ooh.
Yep. Gone. So what happens if I'm playing a hardcore character?
Yeah.
And there's a network issue. Obviously, that's a Blizzard thing. But what happens if I'm playing, and like I said, your battery runs out, right? You don't have that issue when it comes to PC, when it comes to console. Battery dies. You're racing and it's blinking saying, hey, you got low battery. You're racing, trying to get finish whatever you're doing, and then close out. Battery dies, lost connection.
Or
does that stop where you were, and you go back?
Or like you were saying earlier, I mean, you could be like riding on a bus, you go into a tunnel, lose connection, and your dude just stands there and gets hacked to pieces by goblins and stuff.
Yeah.
I mean,
yeah. So the network connection part, that's something that Blizzard's always had a problem with, and it's not something they can really do anything about, because when you've had that time when you've lost connection, if you completely go out, then they can detect that. But if there's still a buffer time where it's still trying to figure out, are you still there? And we're talking about maybe a second or two, and that is the time where you're done. I mean, you didn't pop that healing potion or whatever happens. It didn't happen, so you're dead. But I think that it worries me playing something. That's why I'm not going to play a hardcore character on the Nintendo Switch.
Yeah, no, I've not done that because I get way too attached to my characters.
And putting in 40, 50, 60 hours into a character. Because people argue that Diablo 3 is like an MMO. It's not. It is not. I mean, it really isn't. It's a different. It's almost there. It's almost an MMO.
It's just an MO.
Yeah, sure.
Multiplayer online game.
It is a multiplayer online game because it's not massive. It doesn't have a living world where I can run in and talk to people. It does have an auction house, but it's not the same as playing World of Warcraft, playing EverQuest, or something like that. I'm not going to play a hardcore character for that reason, but I love playing. Diablo. I'm going to play this on the Switch, but I knew this was coming, so showing me a release date for it doesn't help. And then when you talk about, I mentioned the big bomb that they dropped in this, the big bomb that happened, which is right. This is my exact expression on my face when it happened. Was that some guy from Animal Crossing is going to be in Smash Brothers? Yeah. And I've seen most people that I've seen who play Smash didn't care. I see a very small set of people who love Animal Crossing and love Smash Brothers, and they're freaking out. Yeah. But I felt like it was like when they announced the Wii trainer was going to be on the show on Smash. Remember the Nintendo Wii trainer for your Wii Fit? When that was on there, I'm like, who asked for this? Yeah. It's not. Well, and also sure, but
like there's zero combat in that game, so you have Isabella. Like I think she becomes she's the mayor until you become the mayor or something, and she's just this little cute smiley dog, and I don't entirely get it. We do, however,
who it is? It's fighting.
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah. And we do have one last little bit to kind of discuss, which is the general Nintendo Switch Online launch, because they have cloud saves, which are cool, but with some caveats. They have the retro games, which I'm excited about, and I hope that all that works. And then they've got a little bit more of. I don't know what to think about how they're handling cloud saves, because they're saying, well, we have cloud saves except for like some games like Dark Souls. Why can't I do my cloud save on Dark Souls?
Their reasoning was
is bull.
It is complete bull. It's fixed by one thing. It's called automatic saves.
Yeah,
done. Done.
So they were saying that Splatoon, Pokemon. Were the two first parties, and then Dark Souls, and I think there was one other one. Yep. But anyway, what they said was they didn't want people to be able to cheat with it. Yes. And I'm like, okay, well then store the trade information on the server the same way everybody else does.
Yeah, it should be set for games like Splatoon and others, and this is completely infrastructure. This is completely like I said last week's episode. There's no reason not to do this other than when it comes to game development and the developer. It's as simple as this.
Yeah.
If you're playing Splatoon and your console connects online and you have Nintendo Switch Online, you have cloud save. If it detects you have a more recent file on your Switch that is on the cloud, it overwrites the cloud. Done. Yeah. I fixed your freaking problem, Nintendo. That's it. Because same thing with Dark Souls. Dark Souls, if I'm playing Dark Souls and I die repeatedly, and I've been playing in offline mode, and I connect back into online mode, it should go, that character Nymeria, guess what? Lady Nim died 20 times since I last saw her. Guess what? Update in your file. That should happen, because that is life. Otherwise, if you don't want to do that, create another character, create another profile. It's as simple as that.
From the Twitch chat, we've got Philly Marcus says Nintendo is lame now except for the old stuff. Like when they try to move forward, like they're like, yeah, we're online now. We kind of got things work because like the voice chat. I don't know if you've tried to use the Nintendo chat.
I haven't.
It is awful. Like there was somebody on IGN who was like, yeah, I just created a PlayStation group and just stayed plugged into the controller while I was playing Monster Hunter on the Switch. And I'm like, okay, Nintendo, this is not how to do this.
No.
And like they're giving us some games, they're giving us some online functionality, and I'm with Philly Marcus. I would love to have their old stuff. Let me buy the old stuff.
Yeah. I mean, we're talking about. We saw this happen when it came to E3, where I can't even remember. Is it Star somethings? There's a Star. Yeah. So Starlink has all of Star Fox in it. It basically, to me, looks like they're pushing it as if it's a Star Fox game, and it's not.
Yeah.
But if you'd never heard of this game and you watched this Nintendo Direct, you probably would have said, "Holy crap, Starlink's the new Star Fox game."
Yeah.
That's what my takeaway would have been, having not seen what happened at E3. Again, showing me that Nintendo is trying to push forward a narrative and trying to push forward the idea that what they're doing is good, what they're doing is beneficial for parents, what they're doing is beneficial for everyone. It keeps the level playing field, when what they're doing is trying to reinvent the wheel that we've already figured out. We talked about Diablo 3. Diablo 1, you stored your character was stored on your PC. Mm-hmm. So your online character was stored on your PC. So you could go in and you could hack that file and adjust and add items. You could adjust your health and go online and then just massacre people, or play throughout the entire game without taking any damage, or damage didn't really matter because you had 2.5 million health.
Yeah.
You just go through the game. Diablo 2 came out, and correct me if I'm wrong, I think it came out like 98, 99 when Diablo 2 came out.
Somewhere around there.
Comes out in, let's say, 1998, and Blizzard says, hey, that save file should be with us. We should be able to govern that, and we should be able to make sure that it's not done. Nintendo, that's 20 years ago. You're playing over 20 years behind at this point. Blizzard looked at it and said, not letting that happen. I'm going to control cloud saves. I'm going to control when you save, and your character dies. If you try to close out of the game really quick, to try to catch it, they're like, nope, our character already died. That counts.
We were watching.
We were watching. You can't turn off your console quick enough for the death not like console gaming used to be, where if you died, you could turn off real quick, turn it back on, and load your old save game, and you could cheat the auto saves. Can't do that in Dark Souls. Can't do that in Diablo. Again, 20 years ago, this was already settled. This is the best way to do it. So that's what irritates me about it. And I guess and I know I ranted about chibi art style recently, but the Final Fantasy 15 Pocket Edition, or whatever that was, I don't like the art style, but I'm like, I could totally see me playing through the game on the Switch if you give me that art style as a compromise to not have to worry about the graphics, which is totally what they did.
Yeah. And
I may be like, I could try playing through that, but at the same time, it's probably going to come out. I haven't seen the pricing on that yet, but I'm guessing the pricing is going to be similar to a AAA game. It's probably not going to go on sale for a long time. I may end up getting it at one point to have on my Switch, just because it may be something to play through with a good story. Depending on, I don't know, what we get in the next couple of years with Switch. I mean, maybe a year and a half from now, I'll get it on sale. I don't know.
I don't think it'll be full price because it originally launched as a mobile game. So, I think they'll charge like $20-$30 for it.
20 bucks I could totally do. Yeah. Anyways, let us know what you thought about the Nintendo Direct. If you thought it was as lackluster as I did, and if you thought they should have talked about something like, I don't know, what they're doing in Japan when they're playing games off the server, so you're able to play games like Resident Evil on your Switch. Why aren't we talking about that? Why don't we push forward to the future?
Yeah. What was the other one that they said was going to be on? There was going to be streaming on Switch.
Resident Evil 7 was one.
Right, but there's another one. I don't remember. Anyway, let us know in the comments if you remember that thing that I just brought up just as a tease. I'll tell you about it next week.
Later.
See you later.
Thanks for watching This Week in Our Collective Heads. Subscribe over here and click the bell, and that way you'll know about any new videos that we put up, because we put up a lot of gameplay, a lot of stories from games and stuff like that, and gameplay is down here.
Yeah, and you got more editorials and news stuff down here. Check it out.